Welcome to the channel. I'm going to have a link down below in the description box to credit once again IGN for where I'm getting my information from. So, Avowed developers, Obsidian Entertainment, that are behind a couple of games that you might be familiar with, one of them being Fallout New Vegas. I almost called it Las Vegas for obvious reasons. State that it's a first-person single-player game. You don't necessarily need that 60 FPS because on the X and on the S, Avowed runs, as the title states here, at 30 FPS. And this allows them to get juicier with the visuals. Well, I got something to tell you about the juicy. Okay? Right here. It says, it allows us to get a lot juicier with the visual effects and lighting and all this other stuff. It's a trade-off we opted to make, blah, 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 blah. Starfield did it. Couple other games did it. Then they ended up coming out with the 60 FPS patch. Same thing with Dragon's Dogma. Back in the day when it came to Todd Howard for Starfield, he said, and I quote, "It's 4K on the X. It's 1440p on the S. We lock it at 30 because we want that fidelity. We want all of that stuff. We don't want to sacrifice any of it." Here's where that's a bullshit talking point, no matter how little or much I may know about technology and how much more intelligent and well-versed they might be in every aspect of life. There's one thing that can't be argued. 4K 30 FPS is dog shit. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit. If you can choose between 4K 30 FPS and 1080p or 1440p at 60 FPS, most people are going to want that 60 FPS, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. In most instances, it's not going to be astronomical of a difference between 1440p, because that's the sweet spot, 1440p. It's like between 1080p and 4K. I'm not saying that you can't tell the difference between 4K and 1080p. First, let's get that out of the way. You can tell the difference. Is the trade-off worth it for how much more horsepower is required to push that? I don't think it's worth it. I would much prefer HDR. I would much prefer ultra-wide, wider aspect ratio, okay, like a 21:9 instead of a 16:9. That should be the next move. As well, draw distance, and not just that, the actual graphical fidelity settings. Is it 4K 30 FPS on medium or even high? What if we had 1080p ultra with much better draw distances, right? Better field of view, more FPS. Have you looked at, and I'm always going to use this game because I think it's a great example. If you look at Red Dead Redemption 2, okay, and you look at it on the PS4 or any Xbox, it doesn't matter, because it's the last generation console version anyways. I'm still playing it on my PS5 as of yesterday. That game looks amazing. Of course, in 4K, it's going to look crisper, it's going to look tighter and sharper. But if I can get the 60 FPS, better draw distance, even though Red Dead Redemption has really good draw distance and stuff like that, and all the funky lighting and the clouds and the god rays, it's absolutely insane what they were able to pull off. There's no excuse for this shit, because 1080p ultra settings at 60 FPS is going to trump 4K 30 FPS on even medium settings or whatever settings it is that they're going to use, okay? But the biggest point in everything is the following. I've talked about this before quite a few times in some of my videos over the years. There's two kinds of 30 FPS. The kind that you can really, really feel that almost makes you want to puke, and the kind that actually tends to run fairly decently. Forza Horizon 5 on the Xbox Series X in fidelity mode, or graphic modes, whatever you want to call it. It runs at 30 FPS, and it's a driving game. Fast cars. It's actually pretty playable. But if you play Watch Dogs Legion on quality mode on the PS5, that 30 FPS is jank ass. It is garbage. And you're moving a lot slower than the Bugatti you're driving in Forza Horizon 5. But somehow it's less jagged, like less, like the book with the pictures and you flip through the book really fast, the pages, and it makes it look like it's animated. You get less of that effect in Forza Horizon 5 at 30 FPS than you do Watch Dogs Legion. And that's just one example. So if they're able to make it Dragon's Dogma, assuming it's steady frame rate at 30, it can be decent. But don't fucking tell people what they need. It's 2024, even if it's 2014, it doesn't matter. The more options you give people, the more people you're going to satisfy. Look at all the different graphical options. Hell, Black Myth Wukong that just came out. You've got a graphics mode, you've got a performance mode, and you've got a balanced mode. You get to decide what you feel is best for your gameplay. And then you go from there. It wouldn't take them that much more, just like all the PC games have, where you can change between low, medium, high, ultra, extreme, and all that shit. There's no reason why you can't slightly downgrade. And oftentimes, the trade-off that you see is not even all that astronomically high. Like in the case of Black Myth Wukong, for example, I played it in graphics mode and I played it in performance mode. There's a difference. But that difference is so subtle, the much greater difference is the feel between 30 and 60 FPS. So this whole like, oh, we need to no. That's bullshit. It's absolute horseshit. They don't potentially want to put the extra time to include that other graphics mode. But then on the flip side, to play devil's advocate to my own rant, I can understand within reason. I wouldn't do it myself. A company, a developer saying, you know what? Here's our vision for the game. They're being upfront about it before you buy it. Nobody's telling you to buy the game. And if you don't like their vision and you don't want to support that vision, then just don't buy the game. But me, my ulterior motive would be, I want more people to buy the game. So just like Black Myth Wukong, in my humble opinion, or even some of the Souls games, disable achievements, whatever, I would probably have difficulty settings. Just like in the case of Resident Evil, or some other games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla has some insane difficulty settings. I know I'm getting a little bit off track, but it's going back to that whole giving the people the option to play the game the way they see fit. Give the normal setting, because that's your originally intended vision of the game. But if you allow everybody to tweak minor little things so that they can make the gameplay experience more enjoyable for themselves, and they know that they can do that, you're probably going to get more sales if you care about that, and you're just going to gain more respect from the customers because you're catering to literally everybody. 4K, 30 FPS, 1080p, 60 FPS. If you don't like 1080p and you think it's crap, great, then go to 4K. Like, it's there. I don't like 4K 30 FPS. I like the 1080p 60 FPS. So then I can do it. So then, like, everybody wins. Then there's no discussion about what's better. What's better is what you enjoy more. Just like these stupid console wars. Like, I got rid of my Xbox Series X. I stuck with my PS5, my Switch, and my PC because my PC could play all the exclusive games that I like on Xbox. I don't trash Xbox. I've trashed Xbox on places that it deserved to be trashed on. But I can also do the same thing for the Switch, for the PC, for the PS5. There's nothing wrong with having your preference and shitting on other things, but don't tell people how they should feel that, no, all you need is the 30 frames. That's all you need. It's absolutely ridiculous. Did I just... What's even more ridiculous is how I spent 10 minutes ranting about this bullshit that could have taken 9 seconds, not 9 minutes. I know that I've made a lot of great valid points. I just know I did. And not because I'm a narcissist, because I just know that I did. The 30 FPS days should be behind us. Especially if it's the only option that you're going to be given. I truly feel have your 30 FPS because it's more cinematic. Because movies run at 24 FPS and nobody's complaining about the tearing and all that shit. And then have a 60 FPS mode. For that silky smooth gameplay, turn off a couple of things. Maybe no ray tracing, get rid of some weird ass shadow reflection fucking crap, whatever it's called. And all of a sudden you've got 60 FPS. I'm just saying. I'm not going to say it again. Thumbs up as always if you like the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up on the internet. And if you didn't like the video, that's fine. Not a big deal. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off inside your rectum, and I'll make sure when you wake up tomorrow, your left eye sees 24 FPS and your right eye sees 144 FPS. Exactly. If you want to subscribe to the channel, exactly. Obviously, that would be greatly appreciated, but if not, I get it. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and if I'm lucky, like really lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.